Welcome to the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Good day, everyone. It is time for the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. Today, our podcast is not going to be too long. It's going to be short and sweet. I just want to get to the point today. We're going to name this podcast Life-Giving Resource. Life-Giving Resource. Yes, if you hear music in the background, that is because I purposely put on music to give a serene type of podcast today. And let me tell you the music that I am playing, and I'm going to give you a little story behind the artist that is playing in the background. Well, his name is Jason Upton. And many years ago, I think it was in the early 2000, maybe 2001, 2002, I came home from work this particular day. And I usually, when I come into the door, I would turn on a Christian station, and then I would just go and get prepared and remove my office clothing and just get comfortable. But as I had turned on the television, and I believe at the time it was either on the Daystar channel, which is a Christian network, or it was a 700 Club. Can't remember which one of the two, but I do know it was one of the other. And as I was getting undressed, and changing clothes to be comfortable, there was a presence, a very sweet, gentle, serene, peaceful presence that embraced me. And I immediately went into the room and I was like, wow, who's on television? And when I came back into my den area to see who was on the television, it was Jason Upton. I've never heard of him before. And he was speaking to the host about his life. There was such an anointing on this man's life. It was amazing to me. It was something that I've never experienced before. But his presence was so strong that it embraced me while I was in another room getting prepared to just kind of relax for the evening. So I sat there and listened to the interview, and at the time it was I can't remember, it was the Worship of David or something like that. That was the name of his ministry. And I listened to his interview, and it was so empowering. He was such an anointed man filled with so much love that was just flowing, saturating my house from his presence. And it amazed me. As soon as his interview was over, I immediately went and purchased his album. And at the time, he had just made his first CD and working on his second CD. And so I immediately went into the office and started to purchase his music. That's how I know he only had 2 CDs. Well, of course, now it's years later, and he has probably over 20 CDs. And I would purchase his music every time he will produce a CD because he's such an anointed man. And so I go back every now and then whenever there is a serene that I'm trying to create, or just tap back into my personal relationship with the Lord. I will always put his music on in my home and let it just play continuously. And one of the things that I really am enjoying, the fact that his worship style and his intimacy with his relationship with Christ is still just as anointed as the very first day that I was introduced to him on the television. And his music, his spirit is still just as anointed and saturating. I have tons of his music, and one of the things I wanted to just mention to you about when things are going haywire, finding someone that you are in tune and in tap with in your life, and just play their music or if you are enjoying jazz, because you don't have to necessarily have a person who sings, but it could just be a person who produces music that it just flows out of them. The pureness of their heart, the pureness of their lifestyle, the pureness of who they are flows into what they do far as music. Music has a way of touching your heart and changing the atmosphere and ministering to you. It causes you to meditate a little bit more if you're into meditation. It causes you to just kind of find out what is going on in your day or what's going to happen in your day, and just kind of fine tune your life for that particular moment. But I wanted to introduce you to Jason Upton. I don't know if you are interested in Christian type music, but his music has always been beneficial to my life. And I wanted to just talk to you guys about that. I know last week in the podcast, I was talking to you about some of the things that was happening to me, where I was dealing with a transformation into a work place, and also maintaining who I am as a person. And I want to tell you that keeping music is something that I know that I feel like that Jason and my heart, with the love of the Father, is on the same course. I've listened to him talk, and I do know that he ministers a little bit, but I'm not tapped into on that part of his ministry. But I am tapped into on his music when he is live. He gives a wonderful live concert, and like I said, his music is just serene to my life. But I wanted to just talk to you guys about that today, and just share on this wonderful day. But that is all our podcast is going to talk about today, is penetrating your atmosphere in your home with some good serene music, whether it be Christian music, whether it be jazz, whether it be classical, whether it be you're playing on the piano or you're humming. I'm more of a person who likes quiet and peace and serene and order. And to me, I've been following Jason Upton for years, and his life seems to be always very organized and order, and that makes a lot of difference. And I know if you listen to these podcasts often, you notice I always say about order, because God is about order. Everything that is progressive is about order. Things doesn't work out when things are in chaos. I don't know if you ever, like me, whenever I clean my home, like really cleanly, mopping and all of those things and putting everything in place, washing everything, and then you relax that evening, and there's a sense of peace and sense of order that comes into your orbit that brings everything at a place of joy, And I pretty much can pick up on people energy when they are in order and when they're not in order. I can pick up on both. And but it is so important that you find order in these times and these days. We're approaching fall, and fall is, to me, is one of those places, one of those seasons where things are in order, even though the leaves are falling off the trees. But it's a place of order. It's like getting you prepared for the winter months, But that's all I wanted to really share. Just kind of talk to you guys about having music and momentum and relaxing and meditating, and just enjoying the rest of the year of 2021. But that is all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I want to thank you for joining me on this podcast. And I want you guys to have a great day. and have a great weekend. And I will talk to you next Thursday. This is your girl, Sonia Buchanan, with the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. Bye, you guys.
Hey everyone! Have you ever had a day that you planned to accomplish a gazillion of things, but distractions interrupted your commitment and you achieved nothing? There's a perfect solution to the madness. Try journaling on your busiest days. We offer 6 amazing cool designs of journal entry journals starting at $5.99. These journals are designed to improve your goal productivity. So what are you waiting for? Order now at comfortingpromises.com. Click on the eStore tab. Your day will be happier you did.
Thank you for joining our podcast today. The podcast was produced and edited by Sonia Buchanan. For more information about the host, you can go to soniabuchanan.com. For information about Comforting Promises broadcast community, you can go to comfortingpromises.com. Thank you for listening to our broadcast, The Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. Until next time, bye you guys.